Hi, I just wanted to hop on here and share something with you guys today. I found myself thinking a lot about since I've started this journey, because a lot of times when you study something, you know it, in theory, it's in your head, you're learning, all the theory behind how to do the application, but it's something very different to actually apply it to your life and actually see change. And I found myself thinking, now that I'm officially certified, what have I seen as far as real transformation or change in my life? What are some of the biggest things that I've really noticed with everything that I've studied? All the concepts, tools. And one big change for me, which kind of surprised me, was what it means to be an emotional child and what it means to be an emotional adult. I thought I knew before I started my training. I thought emotional child is someone who throws temper tantrums and someone who, pretty much acts like a kid, just kind of the stereotypical thing of what you would think, which I did not see myself at all. I was definitely an adult, not an emotional child in any way, shape, or form. But one thing that I've learned is that what that actually means isn't throwing temper tantrums and acting like some stereotype, spoiled, overindulged person. It's actually a lot simpler than that. What it means to be an emotional child versus an emotional adult comes to accepting responsibility for your feelings. And I was an emotional child, meaning that I did not accept responsibility for how I felt, my own feelings in every situation. I did it in some situations, if there was something that I thought I did that caused something, then I totally accepted that. I owned that. Hey Lisa, how you doing? And if there was something that I thought someone else did or said that caused me to feel a certain way, then I blamed them. And that's actually what it means to be an emotional child, is to not take responsibility. Hi Robin. To not take responsibility on your own, responsibility for your own feelings, but to blame how you feel on other people. And actually, sorry, overhead noise here. I didn't anticipate the plane flying over. I'll let that fly so you can hear me. But actually, being an emotional adult is when you not only taking responsibility for your feelings, but the main thing is taking responsibility for how you feel in every situation, regardless of what happened. So that was the difference. I was an emotional child when I was blaming other people when certain things happened and taking responsibility when other things happened. I wasn't consistent. So consistently accepting responsibility for how I feel, regardless of what happened, that's what it is to be an emotional adult. So I think that was the major transformation for me. First, learning that and realizing and seeing how in my life I could be an emotional child, because no one wants to think that or believe that about themselves. So that was a big thing for me. And also just being aware of what I'm thinking. But that was my biggest transformation, I think, is what is it to be an emotional adult versus an emotional child. And I'm curious for you guys, are you, based on that definition I just gave you, taking responsibility for how you feel in every situation? Are you an emotional child, or would you say that you're actually an emotional adult? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, hopefully it wasn't just me, the only one who was running around as an emotional child, but other people have gone through that too, where you blame other people when things happen. But I just want to share that with you guys. So that was, I think for me, thus far, that's been one of the major transformations for me, is understanding that and knowing that no matter what happens, I am responsible for how I feel. Doesn't matter what anybody says or does. I'm still responsible. I'm choosing to have that feeling, and I can choose not to. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully that helps someone, touches someone, resonates with someone. Please share it if you feel like it resonated with you, or you can think of someone who would benefit from it. But I would also love to hear feedback from you, like your comments, and let me know, have you been an emotional child or an emotional adult? And based on what I said now, do you feel better equipped to really think about how you're reacting in situations, and maybe you can make that change to be an emotional adult all the time, by some time. All right, well, you guys have a good one. It's a lovely day out today. You guys have a good one.